It is 6 PM on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. We're gonna open the regular board meeting. Do roll call, please.
Trustees Jen,
Here.
William is absent, Nathan,
Here.
Chris,
Here.
John,
Here.
Patrick,
Here.
President Rick,
Here.
Treasurer.
Here.
Clerk Lisa is absent, Deputy Clerk Erica is me and I'm here. Public Works Supervisor Brett,
Here.
Parks Lead Brody.
Here.
Attorney Dan.
Here.
All right, please rise to say the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Joke. Yeah. All right. On the agenda, consent agenda this evening, we have two items, the November 11th, 2025 regular board minutes and the bills payable dated December 9th, 2025 for a total of $93,281.50. At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove either or both of those two items for further discussion?
I have a question real quick before that maybe change this, but Dan, if in here, there's a summary of the minutes that has a Mark Bolan in attendance. And as I wasn't here that week, but I'm not familiar with who Mark Bolan is. I'm assuming it's some type of combination of you and Mark. So there's a clerical error out here, so I'm not sure if we approve it as is and then make an amendment, or do we need to change it and then reapprove it later?
Yeah, I think you can make a proposed amendment
Okay.
to correct that clerical error
Okay.
and make a motion to approve the
That sounds right.
amendment.
So
Approve the minutes with these changes.
Mark was here.
changes, okay.
But
Should we pull it separate then to do so?
I think that would be most.
What's Mark's last name again? Heinley?
Finally,
Thanks, Heinley.
There we go. I keep you calling it.
I didn't remember. I had
Don't
to some Brett.
we're not there.
All right.
Okay, for the record, William arrived at 6:02. Following.
Could be your son now.
William. You're right.
That'll get you called in. All right, we'll entertain the first motion.
Unless he wants to do it separate.
Unless you want to pull them off.
Well, I would assume that we'd have to pull off, the minutes, the regular.
Pull them both off, it'd be faster.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do them all.
all right, so we'll entertain motions separately for both.
Motion to vote separately for agenda item.
Second. We need to do that.
We don't have to do that.
No.
Just make a motion for approval
The first,
of
number one.
number one, November 11th, 2025 regular board meetings.
Second.
We gotta amend them.
With amendment of correction of Mark Bolan in attendance, to be corrected to the proper, attorney in presence.
Mark
So,
Heinley?
That day, I'm not sure which
Mark
one
Heinley.
it was. Were you around the 11th or was it Mark?
It was Mark.
Who's Mark?
Mark, okay. With Mark
Instead of Mac.
Heinley with correction.
Second.
All right.
Mr. Fergie's name.
Yeah, there's a public works supervisor Fergie's in here, so that also needs.
He is?
Public works supervisor Fergie, so it also needs an adjustment on it.
Be Brett Fergie.
He is Fergie.
Not with an IE.
I don't know. He kind of looks like that, Fergie.
You are now a black IP.
Wasn't she a singer?
So that also needs to be, so it's pretty much really almost back to back here. They need to be adjusted, so.
Ah.
So with the amendment of also public works supervisor Fergie with the correct spelling amendment.
Okay, Nathan makes a motion to approve the November 11th, 2025 board meetings as amended with Mark Heinley instead of Mark Bolan and with Brett Fergie and not Brett Fergie, the black IP. Chris seconds.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Any opposed, same sign.
Got
How long would you agree to it if all of that was recorded verbatim in the minutes?
With the black IP.
Everything you said.
All right, still 5-1.
It's like-
I'll make a motion for bills payable dated December 9th, 2025, totaling $93,281.50.
second.
John makes a motion to approve bills payable dated December 9th, 2025 for a total of $93,281.50. Nathan seconds. That's roll call.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
John.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yes.
That passes at 6:05. All right. Under me, we have utility bill drawing and safe built presentation. The safe built presentation isn't until January 14th.
Oh, bummer, I was looking forward.
Oh, I know you were. I'll keep you here longer. But for the utility bill drawing, we'll have Dan do the honors.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
All right, no problem. I don't know why I think you know.
Oh, I have a look. 1005 Whitetail Drive.
This point.
Where's that?
It's all right.
Oh, my Chris.
Which, off the list? Are you?
All right,
Operating.
on to you.
Change the meeting dates for next year's will be Wednesdays at 6 on the second and fourth. 6. And full week.
So we'll make a motion to approve ordinance 25-26, changing regular minute schedule.
That'd be regular meeting schedule.
Sorry,
I will
it is not minutes, meetings
Second. Nate got
with
it
an
right
IE.
on.
but-
Either way, Chris makes a motion to approve ordinance number 25-26. John seconds.
Okay.
Any discussion? Or further discussion?
Spelled
This
right.
person.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Passes. I like nay. Passes at 6:06. Anything further? All right, Brenda?
The November versus report. I think that's it.
Dan?
No report.
Brody?
Nothing much new, snowing.
Brett, you can't say.
Want a concert now.
Yes, he can.
Brett?
Why? I think everybody knows what we've been doing. Last. No, it's been obviously very busy. Everybody is exhausted, and it's not done yet, so. The job that everyone has been doing is beyond phenomenal, so, it's amazing to watch the crew work.
Thank you, everyone.
So, and then just so everybody, if it wasn't for Brody and his crew, we would definitely be struggling as well because his crew, everybody has shifted. Their workload and has been doing nothing but snow removal and hauling snow and skidler work and shoveling and snow blowing and you name it, to help us out. So, it's been awesome watching everybody come together.
Did we get the broken skid loader repaired yet?
Snowboard's still at the bottom.
Snowboard's
I haven't heard anything else.
No, I mean, the walks ain't that big a deal.
He updated them today, so they're clears, they're not obviously perfect, but, they're at least clear for now, so.
I did have a conversation on the phone today with somebody who said they have room if we ever have to move snow and they need someplace to put it,
Okay, awesome.
close to the village.
Okay.
We don't start getting that much.
Well, just in case.
Two of us.
Yeah.
What's that?
They were moving snow. I saw the other day.
We do.
Yes, we started hauling and right now we use the two empty cul-de-sacs in the north subdivision here, works great, so. But anyway, that's what we've been doing and what we're gonna continue to do, it sounds like, for a few days.
Jen?
Give you a fresh start.
On Saturday, we had the community Christmas party. We had about 50+ kids come in and we had, face painting. Emmanuel Lutheran Lindenberg was there. And they brought, and I don't know if you guys probably never remember, but before, COVID, when we decided, when we planted the big pine tree and we did the whole lighting thing, whatever, they had come in that year when we had different groups come in and they had did like a paint by number painting. They did another one, though, one of their members sketched another one, and the kids got to like roll paint over it, and he was like, just different things, and it's really cool. It was really cool to see the kid to be able to take whatever color and do whatever they wanted and stuff like that. It was really neat, but they had another one of those, and they did coloring and crafts for the kids. We had crafts, there's games, face painting, Santa, Mrs. Claus, cookies and hot chocolate. I didn't get any feedback from anybody, or the, well, the people that were there that enjoyed it and stuff like that, but I mean, the turnout was probably the same as what it has been for the last couple of years. But I don't know if any feedback, numbers or anything. And then moving on to July 3rd, we had talked about doing something a little bit bigger this year because America was turning 250. I don't know if are we still interested in doing something a little bigger
I am.
than what we have in the past? I know Brody and I have talked about some things, and we have food vendors that are interested in coming in, and if we do, I mean, obviously we have to start discussing what we wanna do, or like budget wise and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody has any ideas.
Were you doing a movie again too?
I had not planned on doing that.
Why don't we get that first band that played at our event, along with a big fireworks show, and call it done, with plus your tents and the beer and stuff? Cause that first band was decent. Not that the second one wasn't, but I liked the first one better.
They were both good.
I thought the first one, I liked the first one better. I don't know about everybody else. Call it done. Spend a little
I
bit
mean,
more.
I think price wise, the movie costs the same, if not
Band.
slightly more
Yeah, the same
than
what we've been.
than what we would pay for the stage and the.
And you could get
the
them to hang
research
around,
that For the band.
get them to hang around, play God Bless America or something like that for the shows, just kind of an introduction right before the fire. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do with them.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Have them later in the day, so you get, because that's when everybody starts showing up for the.
Yeah.
I mean, they're available,
I think we
Well,
apply.
Just asking.
Well, yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy. I mean, as long as they're not booked already, I mean, that is the third, so. of the-
We'll find out. I mean,
But I mean, we're early enough right now to get on a calendar to,
find out and be done with it. You can almost be done with it.
I can check into their.
How much money are we talking about?
That's what I said, I don't know, but I'm like,
They weren't that
I think it was
much.
like 1,500.
but we had. but
No, I meant total, but I get you.
we also had people like wanna sponsor, so I mean, if we could get some sponsors.
Sure.
Well, don't wait on the sponsors that confirm a $2,000 band.
No, I'm just saying, if you wanna,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't, truthfully, we've been paying for the fireworks show for years. I'm just saying, if you could get them to sponsor something so you can have a little bigger event
Right.
or more fireworks with the rest of the thing, then that would be great.
And some of
I
the
just
food
wonder
vendors we had at the Susquehanna Centennial were just outstanding.
Right, and they actually,
We'll just keep Brett away from.
Who was the Mexican food?
The pastor.
Oh, that was. That was dangerously good.
So.
Bernie spent a lot of money.
Did you?
But yeah, we can definitely,
That's a good thing you
some
got.
other from Susquehanna, I mean, we can utilize and get.
I'm all
it'd be
for
very
it.
hard to-
Yeah, I think.
To pick up from where we left off there.
And you
So I
think,
guess the question, were you asking the question of, do we wanna bump the fireworks and how much?
no, I just didn't know what we wanted to do, you know, budget wise,
And we,
blow it up.
like what we wanted to do.
Can we get?
Well, we
can
only
we
got
get-
250 once.
Can we get what we spent on the Susquehanna Centennial, so we'll have something to look at and see what each item cost?
I do have a spreadsheet, I do have a spreadsheet
You're
of the
awesome.
sponsors.
Say it to
and
us.
Expenses and.
What were they? Oh, you gotta get it.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
If you
Then we-
can, if I-
Well, then, you know, at least make an
Got me all
extra.
excited. I thought she had married.
Probably love Brenda.
Does anybody have any input?
Would they play certain songs, you think?
I would.
I'm sure you can be quick.
Like what, God Bless America?
God Bless America and Boom from Saliva would be good right before the fireworks. Here comes the boom, you know, wouldn't that be cool?
I don't know if they'll cover that one.
Yeah, stage.
We talked about in the parking lot over here.
The
Or,
one by the-
Aiming out into the grass.
yeah.
Well, you could put it in an enclosed area, so after the fireworks, they could stay playing and you'd have all your beer enclosed.
That was my thought, was doing.
Yeah, and that way they could play a little bit before the show started and then after you'd have you all get your liquor people in there.
Yeah. My thought was put it in one of the diamonds, that way you're already enclosed,
It's
you
in-
got one entrance, you can lock the other ones.
You don't have any problem with people trampling all over that, cause
It's
there'll be a lot of traffic.
They do it anyway.
We'll put stage and stuff on the infield, so I mean, that's easy to work up afterwards.
Okay,
That was my thought at least, but.
It's great.
I like that too.
Then maybe-
It's about tempting or corralling and all and everything else.
And then maybe,
No
is there,
different rules in the park.
well, there's streaming companies now that we could actually maybe stream that live somewhere. I mean, a decent quality stream for those who can't make it out for the event.
Just like Facebook Live it or something like
I
that.
disagree.
Well, there's a companies that do
I
a
don't know
little
if we
bit
might
better.
do that. but-
Nope, I don't wanna do that. I wanna incentivize people to come.
Yeah.
You can't make it tough.
They all
I-
can't make it.
This is-
I mean, the things that we're doing in the park right now, it's to get the community down there and utilize what we.
Well, we probably could
what's
just
being
move one of
done.
our cameras around probably and just.
How many times do you go back and watch your childhood Christmas episodes? We don't wanna go back and watch the Fourth of July band play.
You never know.
I mean, you know how many times I've had filmed, this is
Oh,
important, good.
I get it.
Wait.
And it again.
Yeah.
And
I
then
get it.
someday they're gonna have a collage of the whole bunch of those.
I get
We
it.
all croak, they'll be watching those.
I like the band
I
idea.
like all of it,
So,
Boom.
Alright.
are you?
except the saliva thing. Don't like that.
That's a good tune.
Anybody else have
Get a
any?
good band going.
I just wanna know how much it costs. As
Yeah,
long as we can
so-
afford it.
Just you and I.
and possibly have the band play longer, since there's not a second band.
Hour says that they're available and.
Yeah.
Looks like our.
Well, when did they?
Yeah, I thought you were staring at me because you're going like money.
What time?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're,
But that first
Yeah.
band was the better one. too.
Yeah, they did. I'm not leaving them out.
What are you saying? Until second, till the second?
She's gonna be going,
Someone's gotta-
that long haired guy.
Makes no difference to me. I don't care. I'm not gonna go see it.
Their availability.
None whatsoever.
First band was good. They-
Gonna make it difficult for her to do minutes.
I like.
you're gonna have to incentivize people to come out and the food vendors to come out, everything else, you're not gonna get them to come out for a while.
Well, if we're gonna do this, we might as well, yeah, we need to have
Right.
some time and not stop at the fireworks. Do we wanna do something after the fireworks then too? and
The band.
A little bit later, or
The
we
band.
wanna leave the fireworks the end?
That should be
like
the
last-
end.
Yeah.
Get them to clear it out after that, because otherwise you're gonna be here forever trying to clean this
I
mess up.
agree. I think it was pretty smooth last time. Everybody left after the fireworks. It was easy it was easy end time, so.
Considering the fireworks aren't gonna go off till
Fireworks,
9:30.
so-
Right, I was gonna say, yeah, I guess the night's over.
We used to do this at work all the time.
Well, the gap, I think there was too much confusion last time. This will give a couple minutes and depending where we post them. I mean,
And then let the guy in Autumn Book know when he should start.
Yeah.
I don't know, he had it synced perfectly last.
He did.
So I think I don't.
Well, he needs to give us like 20 minutes to get back home.
We need to find out where he buys the stuff. That's
Uh-huh.
probably what we need.
They've never disappointed in the subdivisions.
Yeah.
He shut off a lot.
Okay. Alright, we'll get together.
Definitely.
Are you need more?
No, that's. it.
Okay. Anything further from you? All right,
Be a lot easier.
William.
I believe we received our invoice for our emergency expenditure.
That is cheaper than I thought it would be.
Yes.
That is a lot cheaper than I thought it would be.
This is Route 72, right?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the emergency expenditure for Northern Illinois Services Company, in the amount of $13,464.80 for the emergency repair of a water leak. And then aside that order.
Second.
The one way down the road.
Well, by Nancy.
Yeah.
William makes a motion to approve the emergency expenditure to Northern Illinois Services Company in the amount of $13,464.80. John seconds.
That sounds good.
Was it you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Nate were racing for it.
Yeah.
Any further discussion on it? Roll call, please. Money.
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Passes at 6:20.
Anything else, Brandon? I don't have anything else.
All right. Nathan?
Again, not asking for anything.
It's winter.
John?
9/2025.
You want a motion on that, Mitchell?
I'm sorry, Chris?
No, we're just gonna discuss it, are we?
Yeah, that's just discuss, oh, we're talking about Edson Road?
Yeah.
Says
Yeah,
approval.
that doesn't, yeah, I know it says approval, but, Mayor, we don't need.
Certified mail signature required, overnight delivery.
Dan, could you deliver?
There's nobody on this board is anxious for that, are they? You wanna update everybody?
Yeah, happy to. So this is a more of an update, kind of an administrative matter more than anything else. It doesn't necessarily require formal board approval, but if you have any direction for us, please let us know. This is the what change in the weather made me think of the snow plowing conditions on Edson Road and North Junction Road, and thought it would be a timely opportunity to follow up with the city of Rockford about these lingering issues that we've been trying to resolve with them. There's kind of two interrelated issues happening. First, there is a boundary line agreement between the city of Rockford and Davis Junction, which includes portions of Edson Road. If you want to pull up page 55 of the PDF, this might be easier to visualize. We also are parties to an intergovernmental agreement for snow and ice removal on North Junction Road there. The city has jurisdiction of Edson Road west of the train tracks along over Edson Road, west of the train tracks. And that's snow plowed by along with the Junction Road, that's snow plowed by the village. And then the village has jurisdiction over a small section of Edson Road from the train tracks to
East.
two
72.
251.
Oh, that's.
Brett, you live it every day, so if I describe that, you have anything to
Yeah.
add to that description? please
Yes,
let me know.
we maintain, Rockford section from, Edson Road south to our line. And I'm sorry, Dan, I didn't catch what you'd said, but we do not plow Edson from Junction Road to the tracks. Rockford has an IGA with, I don't know if it's Rockford Township or what, and then we jump the tracks, and then that's our section from the tracks, like Dan said, to 251. So we literally pick up our plow, drive over the snow, drop our plow at the tracks, and continue on with our section.
We only agreed to plow North Junction Road because we were driving over it anyway to get to our portion of Edson.
Right, so this
Yep,
is
so
kind
this-
of an absurd result,
It-
based where you're picking up your plow, putting
Yes.
it back down again.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's kind of a strange deal up there.
yeah, we're trying to look, yeah, I don't know if everybody's got, their, in the packet, it's page 55 is a pretty helpful
I know what you're talking about.
diagram. But in any event, so the idea is to, remind and explain to the city of Rockford that we're maintaining this small portion, and everything else is under your jurisdiction. It would, and under the boundary line agreement, we both agreed that someday Edson Road would be truck route, and the
Hold on,
unified
you said-
juris,
You said we've agreed that it would be a truck route?
Yes.
it's planned that it would be a truck
We've
route.
not agreed.
That's what the
Back when
boundary,
we did the boundary agreement, yes.
that's what the boundary agreement says.
How old is the boundary agreement?
7?
I'll leave the point. I like your letter. I'm all good. I would emphasize more on the truck route and let them know that we have no desire to fund it. And if they want a truck route
Oh, 100%.
I would overindulge that information. If they want, or their long-term goal is to develop this southwest corner of Junction and Edison to be industrial, they have to upgrade
It's on
that
them.
road. And we have no desire to fund it, so it would behoove them to take possession of that road.
Right, so that it's all under one
Yes.
common jurisdictional
And they-
entity, and, right.
So they already agreed to all that during the boundary agreement.
Right, so.
They even had drawings for the road.
They came to us like 10 years ago and asked if we would partner and repair our section of Edison Road, and we told them to go pound sand.
Right.
Right,
We're
so,
not gonna pay to repair a road that does no benefit to us.
Right.
right. So
Correct.
all we can do is ask, they might have a similar response into why would we want this road, but at least we want
Because
to.
they want
Right.
to know.
They got more of a benefit to have that than we do.
Right,
That's for
so
sure.
it
Someday.
makes sense for it to be under one, single jurisdictional entity. But it's been long planned to be a truck route. This would help facilitate that. And it would, be more efficient for it to be maintained under one jurisdiction and kind of avoid this result that we have here. Also, under the maintenance agreement, we're supposed to let them know when we see stuff on North Junction Road that needs to be maintained, because we plow it and they maintain it, or should. And
Last term.
this would be an opportunity to
Remind them of that.
remind them of this. And so that's the update, and happy to take comments, direction as you all wish.
I have no problem reiterating to them that, you want to turn this into a class 5 truck route, take it over.
Can't hurt to offer.
Right,
Get the class 5 truck route done now. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
right, because we were having problems in the summer too, right?
we have dope ones. But there's a lot of truck traffic on there already.
That's because waste management changed where they picked that.
I understand.
And this, and, boundary agreement expires in 4 and a half years. It's got a 20-year term on it, so.
As does the maintenance agreement for the snowplow on North Junction Road that expires in 2027, or is presently set to. And the boundary agreement is presently set to expire.
So we're looking to renew those agreements
Yeah.
while we're at this process, or are we just asking for?
Well, we don't want to.
We should approach them with the fact that as this comes to an end and we're not gonna be maintaining this anymore after 2027, you should probably just take it all over now.
Yeah, part of this discussion.
At some point, we would be better suited to, yes, have a boundary agreement with them. It will prevent them from coming farther south than what they
Yes.
already are. And then dictating industrial, whatever, so.
Would be a good place for all that.
We're within our 1.5 mile of our future planning zone, so it would be beneficial, but I don't think we engage in that now.
Right.
Just try to get them to take the road now.
I just love up the importance of the benefit of them owning the road by their desire to have an 80,000 pound truck route. that
Well,
we-
they wanted that land because they said they've missed a whole bunch of projects that were hundreds of acres in rail. And what Gensler Gardens and the Wolfenberger property gave them were hundreds of acres in rail.
But they've done
That's
nothing with
factory
it.
done nothing.
Yeah.
That process.
I know they're bidding it all the time. Every time one of those projects comes through from RADC, they're right there bidding all that.
Maybe they'll fix that crossing while they're at it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
If they make that into a heavier route, they'll have to.
Yeah.
It won't last.
It'd have to be a heavier route, it'd have to be a heavier crossing.
That rail's abandoned.
Not yet.
No,
No, they still use.
they were
it.
going to, what they called, they didn't call it abandoned, they called it,
Yeah,
no, it was a term like paused or something like that, where they just stuck it.
Yep.
And then they came through with all the new ties and loaded it all up.
You'll see once a week at least, I'm not sure obviously the schedule, but you'll see, a handful of cars. It's not usually a long train, but it's a handful of cars just slow rolling north or south. So,
That goes up and crosses Sandy Hollow and Rockford, down by the Four Rivers.
it's not often, but you
Is that-
usually,
Yeah. Goes up behind all the industrial up there on Dishwalking.
Well, that'd be, it would be.
That's the airport.
That's all I have.
That's all Dan has.
Thank you, Jim.
We'll move on.
Make a
Just
motion.
remember though that this is the $13,464.
Yes,
Looks a little light to me for that.
yes, that's very expensive.
Let's just use it. That's what I've been using.
Fergie can wear it as a chain.
Hold it out.
It was
Yeah.
institution, but
You want some jewelry, Fergie?
No,
Goes with my squares and compasses. All right. Still you.
All right, make a motion to approve for approval of change order number 3 for the Gateway Subdivision Infrastructure Improvement Project, which delays HMA paving until next year. This change order is associated with the previously approved change order number 2, which was for the money.
Chris makes a motion to approve change order number 3 for the Gateway Subdivision Infrastructure Improvements Project. John seconds. Any discussion?
Yeah, just that this isn't about money, it's just the time thing, if I read it correctly. What's that?
180 days.
Is that what it was? I can't remember.
yeah, it says 11/27/25 to 5/26/26.
That sounds good to me.
Final completion date of 180 calendar days from 1/7/26 to E/7/6/26.
You know, we're probably not gonna tell them when to do it, but gives them an extra 180 days to get it completed.
Do roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen. Yeah. William,
Yes.
Passes at 6:31.
Do you have anything else?
All right.
Brett says we might get freezing rain tonight.
Thank you, Brad.
yeah, from here.
We're hoping it doesn't.
I have nothing unless you have something to add, Brett.
The only thing I've got, just kind of an update, I just found out today, Pat, I didn't have a chance to get hold of you, sorry. One of our engineering firms, I think we've discussed it before, to look at designing gotta make sure I do this, cause I wanna call it splash pad, but that's not something you wanna play in. Spill pad, I've talked about it, I believe, at previous meetings. Designing a spill pad, coming up with, engineers' probable cost or opinion probable cost on that. So that design has started. We did, Brenda, correct me if I'm wrong, we did budget for the engineering, for that, so that way we can see if that's something we can swing on the next, budget year. So it is something we need, so we can start cleaning, cammering our sewer. So just giving everybody a heads up that that design has started, and hopefully will be completed by the end of the year. It's not a big project, so, we can look at budget. So, that was it.
John?
Eric has put the water loss report up on the screen, and I think Red had talked before about, if we ever did identify some of those leaks, that might start to go down over a period of time, and by the looks of it, it's started to go down, and
Yeah.
the only question I would have for you, Brett, would be what's considered a normal loss? That's not,
I mean, I would be very happy. So I'm trying to remember dates here. November, we flushed hydrants. So that number is a little higher because we did flush in November.
close to 12.
And then October, I think we had a leak then too. So basically, if everything goes as planned and the bad thing doesn't happen, this month, we should have a good number for our next meter reads. So as long as nothing crazy happens, God, I shouldn't have said that. We should have a better number after we read meters and Erica generates the new percentage. But to answer your question, John, I would love.
What would you like to see?
I would love to see, I would be happy at a 10.
So we're close with 11.9.
Yes, we're close. I mean, if we can get below a 10 at one point in time, you're always going to have something. It's a water system. There's stuff underground leaking. It's the nature of the beast. But I would be thrilled to see a 10.
I'm happy when we don't drain the water tower.
I like 10.
Yeah, so
That's all we got, Rick.
We'll talk about that.
and have to boil.
Okay,
Yes,
That's it.
we'll talk about it with Erica. All right. Moving on to unfinished business.
Good, as long as we're on Verizon. I contacted our attorneys
Saw
on,
that.
on our Verizon. Because they wanna come in and change the equipment, which we talked about at our last board meeting. So I contacted our attorneys. You wanna tell them, or paraphrase or whatever?
Sure.
I could do it, but it better if it comes from you,
You're more
'cause you
colorful
wrote
than
it.
him.
It would be. No, I'll start and you could add the colorful language, but
You're play by play.
so basically, the village's position for many years, maybe 5 years, or more, has been that the lease of the water tower is terminated. They didn't install the original improvements, according to the approved plans. They've disputed that. They've disputed the termination. You have years ago, the village and Verizon, the village was threatening to evict Verizon, and Verizon was threatening to sue the village in response. And the suggestion was that let's talk and try to negotiate a resolution, possibly a new lease. Those efforts to date have not been successful. But nevertheless, Verizon's agreed to pay rent while the parties work to resolve the disagreement, but it's never been resolved. Now, Verizon wants to essentially install new improvements that they look pretty substantial. I would suggest that the village engineer review the proposed work to evaluate whether this is something that the village would even want, even under normal lease conditions. And then, but could basically decide whether to acquiesce and say that, back off of our position that the lease is terminated and consent for them to do the work. You could deny them permission to do work and invite them to renegotiate the lease and see what they do. Or you could follow through with this long threatened possibility of eviction for Verizon. Those seem to be the basic three choices, but I would suggest reviewing the plans first and seeing what they're actually planning to do.
And my memory says that we started to withhold cashing of checks.
We did.
We did.
And then they contacted us and they waived their argument to say, cash or checks, we won't waive our argument for whatever claim. And that's what we started cashing.
Right.
Yep.
I held the phone off here, so.
Right. The idea was they didn't want to compound the dispute with the rent. And I think the idea at the time was that they were going to talk with us. But they agreed to, if we keep accepting rent, it looks like that we're accepting them as a tenant. They agreed, at least at the time, to allow us to keep accepting rent.
Why? Because this is the second conversation I've had on Verizon in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
There's a water tower next to my fire station that has a brand new antenna put on about 3 months ago that they're replacing already. They might have a little more leverage.
It looked like the stuff that they were replacing, they already had some of the stuff up there, so they're just replacing the remainder of their older equipment. That's what it looks like to me. And I'm sure our lease tells them that they have the right to do that. So it's whether or not you want to go to court and to enforce what we discussed 4.5 years ago that we haven't done anything about.
My understanding conversation is from the same law firm, Atlantic Link, is there's a provision in their contract that states they have the ability to go out and work on their own equipment and replace equipment.
That's if,
With the
That's-
notice
That
as
was,
well.
that was
If-
dirt, that was dirt.
oh, if they're, but that, in that situation, they
Yeah.
have a lease that is not disputed. Here, you know, we have to decide, you know, what are we gonna do about this lease?
Do we want another court battle would be the question.
Well, it'd also be interesting to find out if this equipment will mount to the same mounts they already have up there. Because now you're talking about structural changes in the water tower. Cause that, if you guys weren't here for that Verizon mount that's on that water tower is actually approved by the manufacturer of the water tower. That is not,
I think, yes, this is just moving to the 5G system or the next one. 'Cause it's old enough to probably be 4G.
could be,
I thought the low stuff was the 5G. The stuff that whistles.
that's
That's
all.
the bracket.
It
They've
goes
got
around.
antennas all around it.
That's the 5G, cause 5G is lower to the ground.
It's only lower because it couldn't go on top of our pole.
Oh, so that's not 5G.
That has nothing to do with, the location on our tower has nothing to do with 4G, 5G or LTE. It's only there because the design of our tower requires it to be below the pole, that's all.
So that's probably not 5G then.
No, that's been up longer than.
Well,
Yeah, I say 5, cause
I didn't forward the stuff to our engineers
do we have
because
any
if we're not
leverage to
going to allow it, I
tell
don't
them no?
need to waste the money to spend for the engineers to review it.
because the 5G is actually low now.
When's the lease up?
2040 some?
Yeah.
2040?
Even though they've
We got a while on
contacted
that
us
one.
about extending in the lease, which we've ignored.
Right, because
So,
they want to
right.
charge.
Less money, right? And
Right.
wanted more rights.
I wouldn't worry
We-
about it right now.
We just
myself.
ignored that.
That's about right.
Yeah, that's Verizon for you, right?
Well, I mean. We'll tell them to come out in compliance with the lease and so will we.
Yeah, I think if you tell them no, that they are gonna sue you and we don't,
We ain't
we're not gonna
why
go to
spend the money
court,
for that?
right? So that's
I
up.
think we might be better off asking, what are they looking to do?
Yeah.
Check with our engineering firm, and by the way, what's your idea here with this, pending position we got?
Well, since the people who are doing the update aren't even Verizon. I'll be happy to send you the stuff because they're not Verizon. There's somebody else who's doing it for them. And they have no idea about our dispute with Verizon. It's just, do you want to fight or do you not?
No.
To me, that's the case. I mean, you could ask Verizon for whatever you want. We've been doing that for since I've been on the board and probably a year before that.
They
Right.
have a right to access it and change it to the, as long as it
According-
doesn't modify what they have up there.
According to the current lease,
Terminated.
Right.
if you're,
If the
if it
lease is
isn't terminated.
The lease is, if our position's the lease is terminated, they're supposed to get out.
It's true.
But we've never enforced that. If we did, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Right.
So we didn't want to go to court then.
Lease.
Do we want to now?
No,
Do we have-
they got more money than we do.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, to evict them.
Yeah, you might win. Who knows? It's a little late to ask them
Is
to
there a
make
clause
the
in there
change.
that allows us to evict them?
My argument.
Yes. And that's
Okay,
what-
so wait a minute here.
I mean,
There's a clause that allows us to evict them.
Right, that's
It's always been
that's
there.
what the lease termination
Right.
did. So the lease was terminated for non-compliance. Verizon disputes the termination. We can go, we can file an eviction lawsuit and have a fight about it. And, but that's,
But let's say we win, then we just dumped a bunch of money on lawyers just to evict somebody.
And then lose money besides
And
that.
then you're losing an income that's coming in on
Right.
top of that. It seems really cutting off.
Or something they haven't fixed in the last, how long have they been
Nose
out there?
despite the face.
Yeah, I like this.
The foot was good.
Oh, no.
It's been up there longer than that.
Longer, Sandy was on the board.
Yeah.
So it's been over 10.
So
It's
something,
2015.
something they didn't do 10 years ago, we're
They're
not
not
gonna
gonna
kick
do
them
it.
out and ask them to fix.
But
It
will
just seems
the
pointless.
update fix whatever the issue is?
that
No.
was my
You know,
question.
but
for the-
truthfully,
Okay,
no,
which
no,
case-
no, no, our issue wasn't with,
That issue
No.
was the landscaping.
Yes,
Trees, and stuff like. that.
what was the issue?
Oh,
The issue was the permit that they filed required an enclosed.
The structure.
communication structure.
Right,
Right.
on,
They did not. They
on the
put
ground.
Yes, they put it open
They put the
pad,
fence.
Right.
and then they ended up putting on a, steel lean-to that the water drips on now and makes a bunch of noise, so the whole argument is they did not install what was approved in the permit by the village.
Right, 10 years
That's our
ago.
position.
Right.
The whistling noise has been just a byproduct that we worked with them, and through about $38 of duct tape has theoretically been resolved over the course of time, but the issue is the ground mounted communication center.
Right.
Which again, 10 years ago, we put up with.
Are they replacing that? That
No.
might be-
That's not according to what they sent me. And I'll send it to, if we agree that we want the engineers to look it over, I'll send it to them.
I think we want.
I just didn't want to waste the money if we were gonna tell Verizon to go pound sand.
Because first of all, see if their equipment will mount to the amount that's already on there. Because otherwise you're talking about putting more holes in the tower, and that's
Yeah,
something we did have to negotiate.
I'll ask them if we're all in agreement, I'll ask them
Yes.
to review it to make sure that it
Yes.
won't be an issue.
And I will let Verizon know that we are reviewing it and we'll get back to them.
Right. Do you know, just out of curiosity, do you know who you're gonna contact? Or do you need the person I've talked to?
I'll respond to the person that you have, but I'll also respond to my last known
Yeah.
attorney.
Yeah, my problem is the person that I've talked to it doesn't work for Verizon, and I'm sure she doesn't know about any of these issues. She just wants to go up there and fix the tower, which I'll tell her until we have an answer that, there won't be an answer. And personally, I don't even know if we should approve anything. They should just, if it's in the lease, they should probably just go do it without us. In which case, does that not then keep us where we're at?
Well, I usually, don't believe
Depending on
that they have to
where-
give us
what they're
notice
doing.
to do so and upon approval, so like, the verbiage.
We need to know what
Something
they're
that-
We need to make sure whatever they're putting up there will
Work.
Well, I'll forward that. I'll
Without
send
no
it to
new
the,
holes.
I'll send it to the engineers to
That's
ask
good,
them
good.
that. And is that what specifically you want to know whether there's gonna be any additional equipment that needs to
Right.
be attached?
Will
to
it mount to what's already up there, or
Okay.
are they talking about adding more stuff to it? We don't,
Right, what's the ground landscape look like?
Right, and what else needs to get
No.
fixed from the original plans?
Say that again.
Those trees are
What
growing.
else needs to be corrected from the original plans that
They're
wasn't
growing
installed?
very large.
that's basically the structure on the ground.
That's the main thing,
I think there was something else too.
Yeah.
Shrubbery.
right?
Yeah.
For what it's worth, we
I
did,
feel like money.
Verizon did respond and did correct the graffiti issue last year,
Yes.
and so.
And the
that-
trees are
and that-
growing, and so why would
and
you
that-
change it?
And that attorney did respond to us for,
They're not gonna come back and
in
redo that.
response to that, so I can reach out to him, let him know we're reviewing this.
The trees have had to hide it. by now.
Now, did we sign off on the permit before and then just realize it wasn't done correctly, or?
Yep.
The way that works, the way they install, it comes in a truck, it gets mounted, dropped, and they're done in a day. So it's not-
Right. But we required a certain structure to be outside of that. And then, but that was signed off on somehow?
You talking about the structure on the ground?
Well, I know what we're talking about.
Okay.
I know exactly, yeah. My question is more did we sign off that the structure was done, okay, permit wise? No.
They didn't do the work according to the approved plans.
Yeah, for what they presented to us.
And was that presented by Verizon or their
It
contract?
was, I thought it was the.
Yet this time they got a contract.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask them. I mean, they're gonna do the updates and as long as it doesn't disagree with our engineering, I mean, they're gonna just come and do it.
Well,
That's terminating.
He can ask them all he wants.
We have
but It's not the same
It's our
people.
position.
Yeah,
We need to enforce it.
right. Well, that's your choice, because they're not gonna come in and fix that stuff.
Right.
10 years later, no chance.
It's a mute point at 10 years later.
It's already seems to be an okay thing. It's gone this long at this point, right? So.
Well,
It's a mute
we chose
point.
not to go to, we chose not to evict them and have a legal court
As
battle.
long as they're okay with the engineering, then I don't see why we would until all this happen.
I'll ask the engineers and we'll find out.
Stay in good standing with them and then just try to renegotiate our contract when the contract time comes, so.
Then we
Well,
can take, and then we can just. take
In
this off.
2040 or whenever it ends, I want them to get off, get out. They've been a pain.
Then we drop.
I won't be here. I probably won't be alive.
Right,
But-
be dead in the ground.
Yeah,
a long time from now, so.
but
We'll have done a lot of updates from now until then.
Well, I think the direction that would be helpful to us is, whether the plans they've submitted are okay and what else, if anything, needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I'll ask them, what wasn't originally completed that should have been?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That you
I'll-
still want.
well,
Yeah,
I-
which would be.
if
done.
it hasn't been done, I would just want to know that, what, we
We'll put it
talked to
out
we talked to Verizon's, cause I remember this, we talked to Verizon's attorney, whoever the new attorney was at one time, and they actually sounded like they were gonna do something, and that was it, right?
And
Crickets?
didn't they turn on switch it for them?
Possibly.
I guess what it's coming down to is once we get through this, we gotta decide whether or not we're gonna keep this on as unfinished business, or we're just gonna accept the fact that the terms of the lease are the lease. Or are we gonna stay with the lease being,
My guess is that if we're not gonna sue them, or we're not gonna
In terms of
evict
the
them,
leases,
then
they're-
we might as well take it off after we get done with the update.
okay,
Agreed.
that's where we are. Did we get any feedback from 1100?
But did reach out to her, both of them, on, December 3rd, but she left a message and hasn't heard back. So that's.
All right. Public,
Motion to adjourn.
Don makes motion to adjourn, Patrick seconds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned at 6:50.